All right. Guess we're here. We're early. Ain't nobody else here. So yeah. We'll make sure we're on here. Maybe.
We're
Yeah.
always early. We're the first ones
We might
here
be
every
on.
time.
We might be on. I'm not real sure here. I can't even find the thing. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. We is. Yeah, we are live.
We live, baby. We live.
Oh, I'm not real sure. All right. That's good enough for me. That says we got one viewer. That was me. So that'll go away.
We're breaking
Sure, there'll be a
records.
few more to jump in here in just a moment. Oh man! All right, episode 61. I actually know what it is since it was 60 last time. I guess that made it easy. Episode 61 of the Pit Chatter podcast. Tonight's episode, as always, or hopefully as always, I got to hit him up for some more money here soon. So you got to hit Lauren up. But
When do
as
I get
always,
part of the money?
whoa, I'm paying all the bills over here. Okay, we'll get you in one day. Okay, we'll get you
I'll
in
tell
one
him to bring me some meat to the racetrack. That's fine.
day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll give you some meat. Meet you. Yeah. All right. Anyways, Yoder's Custom Meat Processing, tonight's sponsor of the Pit Chatter Podcast, episode 61. And you know what they say, Noah?
Can't beat that meat.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, man. Lot going on this past weekend, especially at at Franklin County Speedway or
Raceway.
Raceway. I ain't messed that up in a few episodes, so. Lauren going ahead and chiming in. He said he's paying all the bills, which that's
He
great.
ain't paying
We
my
really,
bills.
well, he probably is. You just don't know it. You just don't know it.
I'm mad at him anyway.
Why you mad at Lauren?
This first time I've had a radio with race control on it. We had like 3 people hit turn 2, and I heard them call it Hinchee Wall on the radio.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Douche.
That's awesome. Listen. You got to be pretty epic to get a wall named after you. Okay.
I still need to go get you print me one of them stickers so I can slap it right on there.
Yeah. Did you see your boy Dakota Walls tagged you earlier? Said he needed a sticker for his car.
Yeah, he's always hit me up for money. I ain't got no money to give him.
Listen, I think that image of you with the Pit Chatter podcast on across your belly over there, I think people would pay you to put it on their cars. Okay, you might make some
Maybe
money
I
that way.
should paint it on my stomach or something, and then this week on Flow, when I know the camera's on me, I'll flash it.
You should get a tattoo this week. That's what you should do. Okay,
No,
come on, man. You
I
got
ain't
to
gonna
show us you're
tattoo
committed.
that. I'll get like a henna
No,
tattoo, one of the temporary ones.
yeah. No, that wouldn't be the worst thing, but you need to be committed here. I mean, and not
I'm
just to this
committed
hobby.
enough.
Right? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, big night of racing Saturday. Um, had good car counts, good crowd. I came down about after the race started. I missed the fight that wasn't a fight um, in the stock 4 race there. I don't know exactly what happened because I just said I missed it, but got there right after that. Um, looked like a good night at the old Raceway on Speedway Lane.
Yeah, that was a good night. Best one we've had so far, I'd say. I mean, all
Listen,
the races were pretty entertaining.
they were. I wouldn't ordinarily even show this comment, but since he put it on here and it's too good not to. Um, Lauren Yoder said he'll pay for Flow for a year if you get a Yoder's meat tramp stamp.
The price of the Flow membership won't even cover the price of the tramp stamp.
Yeah, I venture to say he'll pay for that too.
I
If you're
don't know if
willing to
that's
do
so good.
it.
I feel like I got to get
Mm.
at least like 3 years out of that.
All right, Lauren, that's your price right there, buddy. All right, let's get back to business here, okay? I don't want to get too derailed too early here. Like I said, good turnout in the stands, good turnout in the pits. Looked like some pretty good racing in all divisions. Josh Brown, he's in the comments here. He called it. he said there would be a new winner in the mini stocks, and well, there was a new winner in the mini stocks.
There sure as hell was. Scott finally got his car to run right the whole race.
Yeah, he definitely he's feast or famine, man. He may run great, but finds a way to lose a lot of times. But man, when he doesn't, he usually finds a way to keep those wins.
Yeah, them boys didn't really have nothing for him this past weekend.
No, didn't look like it for sure. He had a good one. Speaking of Josh Brown, he did not have a good one. He I guess he got run over in the on the pace laps there. I don't know what the hell happened. I missed it. You said you missed it, so we can't even really discuss it. But it made for some great Facebook entertainment, I guess.
Yeah, it sure did. All I know is I was catching strays from Josh Brown. I didn't even do anything. He comes up screaming at me to holler at people on the radio.
Yeah, he don't know how unimportant you are, does he?
You know what? You say that, but even to my surprise, the few times I did say something over the radio, people were actually listening to me.
I don't know why anybody would give you a radio, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, when Daddy Timmy, is supplying the radios, I can just kind of swipe one.
Yeah, I understand. Anything else in the mini stocks? I mean, listen, no matter how many cars, though, I think there was 8 or 9 cars. We finished with 3, so
Once again, I'm still hoping for one time this season, maybe, if you guys feel up to it, if we can, finish with more than half the cars.
I mean, at this point, you just got to hope to finish with more than 3.
Yeah,
that's about it. Every week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Limited late models, limited sportsmen, whatever they're called, back in action. Better car count there. I think it was 8 of those, I believe. But King Kyle back in victory lane.
King Kyle's back. He seemed a little bit faster too. He wasn't letting that happen again.
Well, you say that, but he had a new challenger. Jimmy Mullins, put up a challenge, went into the lead, led some laps. I don't know if he wore his tires out there, or if it was just the shock mount or whatever that broke. But he definitely faded away and faded to pit road there pretty quickly. Of course, he won in Super Street, which we ain't got to spend a whole lot of time talking about it, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't even watch it when that race was last, and I seen that there was 3 cars, and I ain't gonna lie, I said, "Hey, Junior, can you get your sister, because we got to go." So,
well, that was stupid of you, because even though there's only 3 cars, I think that was a hell of a race.
Yeah, well, listen.
I mean, hell, Jimmy dumped his own car.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah, it was pretty as entertaining as you could get for a 3-car race. It was, but
yeah. Well, listen, best race I ever seen there, and I say this all the time. And if Doodle is in here, he was part of it. Doodle Lang and Dean Canaday in the old pure stock division back in the day. Best race I ever seen. I think there was more cars that started the race, but at the point in time when they got to really racing and got to really messing with one another, there wasn't any other cars. So there was 2 of them out there. So, best race I ever seen was with 2 cars. That's all you need. The 2 cars that are going at it, and not necessarily wrecking each other, but 2 cars that are going at it, battling. That's all you need for a good race.
I remember a banger we had in the Super Streets like 2 years ago. I think it Tristan Barnes was down there, and Jimmy and Jimmy Mullins. That was a 3-car race. That was a hell of a race. That might have been the race of the night.
Oh, for sure. All right, well, let's we've got a special guest coming on with us tonight as we get ready for this weekend's Smart Modified Tour event. We've got the head man with the tour, and that is Chris Williams. We're bringing him on. Chris, appreciate you joining us here on the Pit Chatter podcast, buddy.
Hey, glad to be here. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, man, we hear you just fine. Yep.
Good. Awesome.
You look like you're in a parking garage.
I'm at the hospital. Family member got some issues, so I had to come and check on her and I just stepped outside for a little bit, but yeah, it's been a busy week. Getting ready to get Franklin County. Everybody's loves the modifieds there, so we're all looking forward to coming.
We
Yeah.
better have some damn good questions then if he stepped out from the hospital.
Well, we hope
Exactly.
everything will be all right in the hospital there. But
It'll be
we
good.
appreciate
So
you
good news
coming on the.
today. I got news. Have you seen the news? Did you see
Yep.
the Hall of Fame? Ray
Yes.
Hendrick.
Did.
Ray Hendrick
Yep.
got into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been
awesome.
about a year and a half of pushing the narrative for Mr. Modified because a lot of things that was being chattered about was they didn't have records back then and stuff of that nature. And so Mike Joy and a few others have been working hard, as well as us and the Smart Modified Tour folks, to make a push for that. And it's paid off. Anybody that wins Martinsville 20 times and was the standard back in the day from, all the guys from up north that come down had to compete against Ray and compete against Jack Tan and Mitchell and those guys. It's good to see the southern side of what we consider one of the best modified drivers ever to compete to get into the Hall of Fame. And then a lot of people don't also know Harry Gant started modifieds and hobbies and everything else. So Harry's got a long list of modified driving. William Mason, the 45, and you know. The Banjo Matthews Camaro and stuff down at the Permatex races and stuff. And Harry's been all up the East Coast racing modifieds. And so it's good to see two of the four that's going in got grassroots and modified connections. So that's a good day for us, all of us.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Harry Gant, he raced some races at Franklin County back in the day too. So got a lot of crossover there. You told us last year that Franklin County is your favorite race. I mean,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
you got to be excited to be upon the week of bringing in this Friday night event.
Yeah, we got 19 already signed up. Sometimes it changes the week of, sometimes it's more. Shanette's waiting to, let us know if he's coming too. So for that track and that speed and the pits and everything that we deal with, that's a big number for us.
Yeah,
Everybody loves to come there. I've seen Facebook posts and everything, from the guys that's driving there. Danny Bond's coming and running with Andretti and them. And so everybody's talking about it's their favorite track. So we're looking forward to it. It's always a great crowd. It's always you can feel the energy at that racetrack always when the modifieds show up. And so we are definitely looking to roll in there Friday night and put on a show for the fans and looking forward, to those last 15 or 20 laps. Clarence's Steakhouse kind of come on board, threw some extra money at every 26 laps is $375 to the leader, and also an extra bonus of 500 plus if the pole winner can actually win the race, because we haven't had that yet. So appreciate Clarence's and them coming on, and this is the Kenny Minner 110, and we always pay homage to our legendary guys, and what he meant to a lot of people in the sport, a lot of connections with Junior and them working in the racing series and stuff. So we're really looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, man, the Kenny Minner Classic is always one of those events that means a lot to me. He was he was my childhood hero. He gave me free T-shirts and hats, and I guess that's all you got to do to win the affection of kids. So
That's
racers,
right.
if you're out there, that's how they become your biggest fans. Because I mean that one stuck with me for forever. My entire life, and growing up
Absolutely.
around Kenny Jr. and spending time with them. So it's pretty cool. Looking forward to this weekend, man. What's some other guys that we can expect? Anybody kind of on your radar of people that are coming this weekend?
Well, I mean, it's our top 15 or 20 in the points. You got, of course, I just had Danny Bone. You got Luke, coming. He's leading the points. You got Polly Hardwick's coming down, actually doing double duty. He's running Bowman Gray on Saturday night as well. He's second in the points. He's doing extremely good. We got a bunch of rookies. Joey Braun, Hillbillies have really changed their game this
Yeah,
year. They've upped it up with Justin helping, set the cars up and stuff. And they've really got a good program working right now. Joey did extremely well at Wilkesboro Sunday, finishing the top 10. And then you got the contingents, continuing with the rookies. You got Carter McMurray. He's coming. Slate Myers in the top 12 in points is coming, and so we've got a contingent of a lot of the rookies that's coming that doesn't have a lot of seat time in a tour car. Slate's got a little bit from the 602s. Running a few laps around there. So it's going to be really, really cool to see him. Joey Coulter's coming. Uh, you know, it's the who's who in our series, and it's kind of funny. We've talked about this year after year, but used to be 4 or 5 that can win. A couple of years ago, it's 10. Now we've got 16 to 18 cars that can win at any given time, and it's just the competition is just so strong anymore. It's just impressive to watch it all through, the back of the field. Last year was a good race. Had a couple of hard hits, in the back of the field, even with Priest in the 77 car, which he's not coming this time. We was hoping to get them guys to come. We had talked about Christopher Bell had thrown some shots out there, maybe coming, but I guess with the Friday nights, a little bit too much to go back Saturday and Sunday and race at Charlotte. But for us, it's Memorial Day weekend, and we're at Franklin County, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely. One of the names you mentioned has a little bit of experience there, and not, with the Smart Tour, and that's Paulie Hartwig. The kid won, I believe it was his first race that he had won in a 602 in the Carolina Carolina Crate Modified. I have to remember what the name of it is. I think they said he was 11 back then, and he looks about 11 and a half now, so he should be ready to go.
Yeah. He was a little bit shorter and plumper. Now he's a little bit taller and thinner, but he still looks the same age. So you're exactly correct. Yeah, it's good to see those guys. They really get along. They race each other hard. Jack Baldwin, Luke Baldwin, him, Carter McMurray, Joey Braun, they all hang out kind of together. They're kind of growing and stepping stone. They do race each other hard on the racetrack, but they're buds off the racetrack. It's good to see them all growing together. But it's I like to see the youngsters in the sport right now. I mean, we still have the old school. We've got the Burt Myers and, like I said, the Joey Coulters and all those guys coming in and competing, and they're a mainstay. Bert's a 3-time champion in the series, and so that's cool as well. He's had a little tough luck this year. He's blew a motor that he's never done in the tour, and had some other issues. He's running 12th or 13th in the points, which is unlike him. But he'll turn it around. He'll get competitive.
Yeah, for sure. And Franklin County is the kind of place that'll bring some good out in him usually.
That's great. Or it's going to bring the worst out in you. It's going to be one or the other.
Well, he's had a little bit of that too. So
I know. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, that's the thing about Franklin County is it can be your favorite place in the world, and you can still have a really bad day there.
Yeah. They
or you can hate
they
the
added
place.
The what?
I said, or you can hate the place and have a great day.
Yeah, I don't know of too many people that hate it.
No,
unless
they
it's
don't.
something
They
totally. Everybody I talk to, it's kind of weird. We've said this in the past. It's like, Franklin County's coming. But then as soon as they hit the track, it's like, God, I know why I love this place. So it's a catch-22 with them. But at the same time, vast history, talking about the guys, the Darrell Waltrips and the Harry Gants and all the guys that ran before us. I was talking to Rick Mass not long ago, and, he was talking about Franklin County, spent a lot of nights there. It's just a place that, when you've won there and you've competed there, as fast as it is, high banked as it is, you can check it off. You can accomplish something when you win at Franklin County just because of the people that's paved the way before you in the history. So they really look forward to coming there. They really do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even if they don't think they do, by the time they get there, you're right. They fall in love and enjoy the place. For all the things that people don't like about it, getting on that racetrack changes all that.
That's right.
Yeah. What's somebody? Give me somebody who, as we head into Friday, maybe they've, had a good season, hadn't won yet, or maybe they just, recently won, or maybe they've, whatever. Give me any scenario. Give me one person who's really on your radar.
I'm going to give you one that has competed well, has won numerous polls, but something has happened, and he's fast. It's Bryce Bailey. Bryce is the guy that's on the cuff of winning a Smarty, winning a modified race. He's fast at every racetrack, tire, cut, spin out, had a motor problem leading the race. He's won 3 or 4 poles already out of the 5. I mean, he's fast, and it shows that he has a lot of talent, a lot of car control, a lot of speed. I mean, he had to work at Bristol, come in at Hickory, won the pole, never had but 3 laps of practice and won the pole. So I look for him and Joey Braun really to kind of step out. The Hillbillies know that place extremely well. They've got a lot of number of laps there. Carson Lofton's run good there with Justin, tuning the car. And I think that they're going to be extremely good as well. I can go a step further. I mean, Luke's going to be good there. There's going to be a couple of cars that consistently run. But if I had to put my finger on one more as what you want to call kind of an outside surprise, it'd be Danny Bond. Danny Bond's had a chance to win this race with Andretti and them. If you remember, the one-man Taliban kind of took Bobby Labonte out a little bit. You could say he did. He hit the curb. But Bobby was going to win that race. And so the 25 car knows its way around Franklin County as well. You know, John Smith won, a couple of years back in that car. I'm just telling you, those 3 is going to be at top of my radar Friday all day, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one of them take a Smarty home for 2025.
Yeah, I mean, I think of those, that Joey Braun and the Hillbilly team, that's kind of like a quote unquote home racetrack for them. They really enjoy it there and have spent a lot of time there. Spent some time with us in 2020, when everything was shut down. And I'd look for those guys maybe to break out this weekend.
I do. I really do. And I'd love to see it. I'd love to hand a trophy to any of those 3, any of them, anybody in the series. I love handing the Smart Trophy to those guys because it's something they all want to hold. And, at Franklin County, though, like I said, the history there, it kind of feels different. It feels better, And so I'm looking forward to, presenting that thing after the race and see how it unfolds. They added the 602s. I think there's like 10 or 11 already signed up. They added it just last week. I think it'll be the second race. And, I know Newman's flying in and out because he's running the Little 500. As you know, he runs every year. But his daughter's going to be running there. Brooklyn's going to be running. So, that's her first time at Franklin County. So that'll be really fun to see because everybody that gets there, gets on the track. I love being around that person to see what their first instinct will be or their first comments will be to the person, the crew chief, or even a dad in this case, just to kind of see what she says. So it'll be fun to see how the 602s unfold as well.
Yeah, that'll definitely be interesting. Noah, you got anything for us over there?
No, I don't got nothing. I don't want to take up any more of his time. He's a busy man.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you can ask me anything, bud. I've been on a whirlwind push for Franklin County this week, as I always do. I've done a Smart Mod podcast here this morning and done it be released tomorrow. But a lot of people have talked about this. I've had a lot of phone calls to people that's coming up to the that's coming to the race. I got about 5 or 6 requests from Franklin County's finest today to come up there and just, support and be around, so everybody knows it's in town. Everybody looks for this weekend to show out, and I can't wait. Can't wait for them to get on track. It's going to be beautiful. I think the high is like 62 Friday, which is kind of unheard of, Memorial Day weekend, but I'll take it. No rain.
Yeah. No, listen, perfect hoodie weather, man. I mean, I'm excited about that.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time. We just wanted to try to get a little bit of a preview, and I think you, as always, man, you brought all the good stuff. So we really appreciate it.
Well, appreciate, what you guys do. Appreciate you being on here and, talking about Smart Modified Tour and in Franklin, and I hope to see you, up there this weekend, and it's going to be fun. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, and I like being there. It feels home to me. I feel comfortable there as anywhere because I've spent so many nights there in the infield. I actually went up and seen Gerald Compton last week. He's kind of struggling. Shout out to Gerald. Hope he feels a little bit better, but he's struggling a little bit. I spent a lot of time with Satch this week. I believe he's going to be there coming to the race. We're going to probably try to bring the Vega up there and let it lead the field around. Old school Vegas, Clarence's Steakhouse. Hadn't told anybody that, so now you know. So that'd be fun as well. So getting everybody together is kind of getting the band back together and seeing old faces, but going back to a place that has a lot of legacy, a lot of history, and when you can capture a win at Franklin County, like I said, you know you've done something. So it's a fun week for me. I like the lead up to it. Can't wait for the race. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely, man. Well, go tend to your family member, and we really appreciate you, and we'll see you Friday.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
All right, that was Chris Williams. Appreciate him coming on. Noah, you about froze up on me over there. I don't know what was going on.
What do you mean? Like physically, or like I didn't say nothing?
Well, that too. I mean, we can go with either one of those right there. So.
Well, he's a professional. Every question you got, he answers it in the first 3 sentences. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to skim back through the comments here, see if we need anything here. I wish I'd have caught Kenny Lang's comment there about Lofton after, but well, Chris was on because I can't answer that question. So, anyways, really looking forward to Friday. Kenny Minter Classic, like I said, means a lot to me, and I'm glad that it's continuing on. And got another. I'm sure it's going to be a banger Friday, man. I'm 100% positive.
It always is.
Absolutely. All right, let's switch gears. Go back to this past weekend. Continue talking about the things that took place at Franklin County this past weekend. Where were we? We talked about Jimmy Mullins winning Super Street. You said it was a good race. Jason Garwood come and did Garwood things.
Never heard of her.
Old Hinchee Motorsports was going backwards.
It's all right. I mean, if that caution hadn't come out, Josh would have got it done. You know, you can put all the money in the world in the car, but that little $500 junkyard Cavalier is keeping up. I mean,
Well, that thing's far from a $500 junkyard Cavalier at this point. But yeah, I mean, I hear you. But, you know, Jason looked like he would stay right there with right there with your brother Josh Hinchee. But man, got a good opportunity, after that restart, and got on around him and took home the win. That race wasn't without a little bit of I'm not going to say controversy, but some things happening. Kirby Shipman's car ended up looking pretty rough. Him and Kent Chrisley made contact. Kent was being lapped, and I don't know if Kirby got down too low. I don't know what happened. I didn't quite see that one, and the video doesn't quite show exactly what happened either. And I think Nicely was there, and they just kind of all wrapped up. I know you didn't see anything, but if you got any thoughts on that?
I don't know much about it. I need to get a damn scissor lift, and I'm gonna just start going up, and so I could see the track during the races. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't see much of it.
Yeah. Steve Howell chiming in, talking about Jimmy's late model limited. Looked as if he can give Kyle a run for his money this year. Definitely, for sure. Kent Chrisley chiming in, which I knew he would. He was first to the show again this week. He says he couldn't go any lower. And of course, Josh Phillips wants to make sure that the 46 is gone to the front, ahead of that 20 car.
That's all right. We'll be back better than ever. We got some upgrades on the way. We ain't even done hardly nothing to the car yet.
Jaden Austin checking in with his expertise. He said it happened right in front of him, and Kirby just came in too far, jumped against the tire, and well, there we go. So we got Mike Diaz here. I'm glad he's in the comments section and not on my phone. He was on my phone during that whole interview. I mean, I got like 374,000, exactly 25, text messages from that idiot. But he says, "What are stars? Keep telling me to send stars. Please send us some stars.
Don't worry about it. Just send them.
Just send them, man. Just send them as many as you can. As many as you can do. Okay, that would be great.
Just send them on in, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. I think he was hoping that we would ask Chris when the Smart Tour was coming back to Southern National, and well, probably not. So, yeah,
that's something we didn't do.
Kent Chrisley said, "I stayed out of everyone's way."
Kent,
I'm gonna leave
no,
this one.
You didn't. No, you didn't. You need to work on it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Lauren said, "I was expecting Jaden to say it was Gary's fault."
It probably was Gary's fault somehow.
Probably was. Robbie Young wants to know if I have a dirt car yet. I don't drive, but I mean, I don't think it'll get me from here to Ararat or here to anywhere else. So definitely not. But you need to put some of those dirt tires on yours and come on. Okay.
Yeah, we all know Langley won't drive a damn car. He's too chicken.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll just roll with that at this point. What else did we cover? Spectator drags. Let's talk about the spectator drags, man. You guys should have ended that thing before Ryan even got out there. Okay, that dude that spun off of Nathan's hubcap or whatever it was, wheel cover, whatever that thing is, that went flying off, dude.
That was his headlight cover.
Money.
The headlight trim.
Oh, was it the headlight cover? Okay.
We gave it to Ryan as a trophy.
That's awesome. You should have gave the money to the guy who went spinning across the finish line and won, because that was the show of the night. There was nothing any better that was going to happen from there.
First off, I have no idea. I've never seen that dude in my life. Hubby was a driver, because any other person would have slammed the brakes and they were going head on into the wall.
Listen, he
was smart enough. He mashed that gas and spun it back around the other way.
He did.
And then I was surprised he didn't just go at the gate right after that. He raced one more time, but he was a lot more timid that time.
Yeah, well, he raced one more time, but he didn't race one more time. He
saw that 40 grand flash before his eyes, and he said, "You know what? I'm good."
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that I blame him for sure. Well, anything else happened? Franklin County Raceway on Speedway Lane Saturday night. Did I miss anything there?
Yeah, old Chris about killed himself in practice.
Oh yeah. Where's he at? He's not in the. You know what? He's not as recovering as he was last week. Okay,
or maybe he got humbled a little bit.
Wearing it out. Yeah. I mean, he may do a great job driving at some point. But he got to stop chattering that mouth for sure. Last week on here got him in trouble. Today. Oh, here he is. He said he told us to stop. Okay, he don't want us to talk. He don't want us to talk about that apparently.
Oh, so it don't go the other way. But you okay?
Jaden Austin chimed in and said he hyped himself up too much. He's quiet now.
Homie got through a whole 3 laps of practice.
Yeah, well, and speaking of hitting the wall, your nephew, I guess there, he tried out the wall too. He had to get his place in the Hinchee family.
He got it out the way, That must be a part of Josh rubbing off on him from his first race.
Yeah.
But I think Jacob got like at least 4 laps in before he hit the wall. Josh did it on the very first lap.
I don't even know what happened here, but Chris said that he's sorry to the gate man for throwing his wheel at him.
You threw your wheel at the gate man? For what? You hit the wall, not him.
And Isaac Carroll said, seems like the Hinchee wall got some people this past weekend.
Yep, sure did.
I mean,
I wonder if this weekend, if I can go tell Bob that turn 2 is called Hinchee Wall.
I mean, you could. I mean, I'm not sure that he's going to go with that, but you could.
He might use it. I'm going to tell him. We'll see if he uses it.
Yeah, Kevin Linton makes a good point. He said everyone's learning from him.
Look, see, the problem is we talk too good about Kevin running at Ararat and how well he did, and then he ruins it first lap back on asphalt.
Yeah. Oh, man. Pissed off Adam Hollingsworth, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that is not somebody that you want to piss off. And, speaking of, reason I asked you if we had left anything out, I mean, the guy's here, so, I mean, we might as well, talk about it. Wesley Givens says, I'm a cheater. And that's a great admission, okay? A great admission.
We knew that.
Oh, 100%. I wasn't there at this point. I said I left, at the start of the Super Street race. I was watching Daniel Hudson spin on the back straightaway as I left. What happened? I mean, Wes Givens won both races, and cars went to tech, and, well, what happened from there?
Well, there was some controversy. See how I said that nice and fancy. But what I'm going to say is there's some gray areas that are going to be tightened up. And, I can't be too mad. He got smart.
Yeah.
Obviously, if anyone's a pro at cheating, we know it's him.
I mean, and I mean this with no disrespect when I ask this, okay? But I believe, the comment was made that, they're not changing any rules this year because, Langley changes rules as necessary to make sure that the racing continues on. But so how are you going to close up gray areas if you can't?
It's not changing rules. It's further specifying the same rule.
That's changing a rule, bud. Just letting you know that's changing a rule. Because right now it's all gray. It can't be black or white.
All we're doing is further specifying it. We ain't like, hey, add 3,000 pounds to your car this weekend. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if that's what it takes, I mean, that's what it takes.
I'm going to start riding with him. Try winning a race then.
That'll probably do it. He'll be over in the Hinchee wall. Okay. Probably intentionally because he wants you to be a little closer to it.
He probably would.
So what was teched and what was found and what was the deal?
Well, to be fair, the only thing I saw was they were checking the right rear. At this point, I was pretty lit up.
No,
because I've been behaving, and I don't drink during the race. But then by the time I do, I'm hot and I ain't eating a while, so it just goes downhill quick. So that's the only thing I really saw. Keyshawn, to his own surprise, was legal.
Well, I hear legal-ish. Something about the sway bar in both his and Gary's car. I don't know details there. Josh Phillips said, "Damn, Wes, they got you on a half bubble on Camber, Langley, Austin." Yeah, I remember. He remembers too. He'll never forget that. Wes Givens said, "Year, make, model. Your rule book says, and nothing about submodel."
Doesn't model encompass that too?
I mean, apparently not. I mean, that's all I can say.
It does now.
Caleb here with some details. He said they measured his car for 37 minutes and 28 seconds, and still came away with no DQ. At that point, if I'm gonna take the time to go 37 minutes and 28 seconds, we doing some disqualifications. Okay, I don't care what we got to disqualify for. We're gonna find something at that point. We're going another 37 minutes to find something.
You would have thrown him out if he was legal.
That's not true. Wes will tell you that I was always
half
fair.
A bubble fair.
I would. I mean, listen. I mean, but that's still wrong. Okay, that's still wrong.
I wish I had a camera over there because Wes was blowing a gasket, And I heard Timmy say at one point while Wes was freaking out, Timmy's like, "You told me to be hard on you in tech, and now you're over here throwing a fit."
Oh man. Yeah, I mean the only thoughts I can offer, they checked length, of the strut. I don't know why they didn't take them off the car to do that. That's the only thing I was kind of confused about. And maybe he was right, maybe he was wrong. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do to manipulate a car, especially stock. Stock 4 division. Any car type things. Stock cars. So I understand. I mean, this is not good. Caleb Hall said he had to get under Gary's car and show them he was legal. The fact that Caleb knows whether something's legal or illegal is scary to me, given how illegal his car is. Any other thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say, bud.
I don't want you to say anything.
You're trying to get me to say something over here.
I'm just asking questions.
Fine, I'll say it. Wes is a bum. He's a cheating ass. They're gonna throw him out.
You've always said that. Wes said that he did today. He took them off of his car and checked them, and they are within a quarter of an inch.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that says stock appearing all the time, too. I just want that to be.
I mean, if it appears stock, maybe it is.
Oh, if that's the rule, we can make a whole lot of things appear stock.
Randy Overstreet said, "Yep, because everyone is legal." Wink, wink.
That's the whole. I've said it 100 times. That's the whole game of racing. Everybody's illegal, and everybody pretends like they're not.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've always said that. I've always said there's not a single car there that can't be disqualified. So,
if your car is 100% legal, you're in last place.
You're back there where you were your first year, right?
Yeah, that's what we got for being legal.
Back there with Will Stevens, yeah. Josh Phillips said, funny thing is Wes Givens built all 4 of them. Well, there was 3 of them in tech there. He didn't build Caleb's car, so let's just be clear there. Jaden coming in to defend his new dad, Wes Givens. He said, I mean, me personally, if those games were being played with me in tech at 1 a.m., I'd be about to blow a gasket too.
Well, to be fair, Wes could have went home.
It's too far to drive.
That's what Michaela was saying something about. Are we done? I want to go home. And we were like, your house is right there. What's stopping you from going home?
Oh my God, Lord! Here we go. Here's the hashtag of the year. Here, Jaden Austin, stop picking on my daddy.
I will say, and this is just personal advice: Wes and Jaden, they probably need to go to acting classes.
Yeah.
Because Wes has been through tech 100 times. Most of the time he's chill. He don't give a damn. He's sitting there joking around and stuff. And as soon as I got up under that right rear, him and Jaden both are standing there like this. Like, dude, at least play it off. Pretend like you don't care.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Josh Phillips said, remember when me, Daniel Hudson, and Brittany Cockrum and Thomas Parmalee failed tech on the ride height, the roller ride height checker barely hit the bottom of mine. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and he lifted it up too. He said, beep, beep. Yep, it is. You're done.
Your brother, Josh Hinchee, he is enjoying the show. He said, now this is fantastic.
I'm still waiting for 2 drivers to beef in the comment section, but I thought that was going to happen.
There's nothing to beef about yet. So
I hope it happens. It's got to come eventually.
Yeah, I guess so. So we're clarifying rules this week. Is that what you're telling us?
That's what I've been told.
No, okay. So, got you.
I wonder if they put the your catch-all in the bottom.
I usually always have something like that. Wilton Maxey says right rear, huh? Yeah.
The old right rear.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen this week. Okay, y'all done pissed Wes off. Y'all giving him a 30 or 35 lapper or whatever it is. He's probably he's probably even gonna lap Jaden this week. He's gonna lap the field.
Oh well, what are you gonna do? We ain't never had a good damn local race on Flow Racing anyway. This won't be any different.
Yeah. You can count that out.
I'm sure Chris Lilly will show up for the Legends race too to stink that one up.
I don't know. He's got a race the next day, so I'm not sure if he'll be there or not.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, either way, man, Gary put it on him, Saturday, and I mean, if there ain't a whole lot of difference in the cars that are there, I mean, Gary's got it right now, man, especially in that Legends car.
Yeah, that old that 7-car, old Shiflett, he was just
he had a fast car, but
it was a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
That's a nice way I can put it.
One thing we didn't really mention, I mean, although you did mention his name, I think, but I mean, listen, your boy Keyshawn was back. I know you were happy to see that.
I actually was, honestly.
I know. I was being serious.
Stock 4's been a little boring, and I was like, look, last year when you were driving like a douchebag,
yeah,
I didn't like it, but now we ain't in it, so do your thing, buddy.
right. And what's wrong with Caleb Hall? That's all I want to know. I mean, the guy, he's a damn wrecking ball last year, and this year he just rides around, breaks shit. I mean, he don't do anything.
Maybe he's upset about the news of the whatever that track is called.
The news of whatever that track is called. Oh, Providence. Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's upset him.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. And, we'll talk about that for a second. Providence Raceway, Devin Newman been running the track. They had some issues the last race, I guess, with the owner. And now they've announced that, they're done racing. Hopefully not done forever. Man, what a great little go-kart track there in Franklin County. And, Devin Newman was doing a great job with that place. So hate to see that, obviously. So I don't want to, just, make light of that, because I mean, that's a bad deal. There was a season one time, 2014, and me and Whitey had a little disagreement, and I left from there and went and finished my season. Took the racers with me to Ace Speedway and finished the season. Well, most of the racers, some of them, stayed and ran some races there. But so I understand, where he's at there with that. Maybe he'll get an opportunity to finish it somewhere else. I don't know what options are there. I mean, hell, I told him yesterday. I seen he replied to me, but I haven't read it. That he's welcome to come to Ararat and finish this season. If he wants to. I mean, it definitely ain't as nice of a go-kart track as Providence, but it's an opportunity there. So, Caleb Hall says he's been experimenting all year. It's come to an end. Back to what works. So,
see, where I come from, experimenting means something probably completely different than what he's thinking it
does. Yeah. Randy Overstreet says that he thinks that I turned Jay Altizer into a dirt track man. He definitely, enjoyed his trip over to help us at Ararat last race. And of course, Ararat will be back in action this Saturday. So I'll be, there with you guys at Franklin County Friday. And then, we'll be at Ararat Saturday for the Memorial Day Thunder, or whatever we're calling it. I don't even know. Got a bunch of good races on tap, late models, modifieds, Pro 4s, Renegade Sportsmen will make their first appearance, Stock 4s. And I believe there's some guys coming to run from Franklin County and from Natural Bridge to run on Saturday in the Stock 4 division. And then we got our first enduro race, or any car as it's known, at Franklin County. So looking forward to that. We're gonna get you back over there.
If I'm going anywhere, I'm going to Natural Bridge on Saturday. I need to knock that one off my bucket list.
I figured you'd go to Natural Bridge on a week when they were running Stock 4s.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of enticing me.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I ain't going to Natural Bridge, I ain't going to Ararat. That's a long drive. That place is out there.
It really isn't a long drive. It just makes you.
No, it's not that long, but plus there's no service, so I have to sit there like a Mormon in church, and
Yeah, new dirt superstar Kevin Litton. He'll be at Ararat Saturday. He says. Speaking of Keyshawn, his dad J.C. Morgan said if Bowman Gray had Stock 4, Keyshawn would be on point. No doubt about it. Listen, I mean, flat tires, dirt track doesn't matter as much. You ain't gonna tear the track up. So, I mean, there you go.
I'd love to see
boy Caleb Hall. I guess he'll be experimenting more. He'll be at a dirt track at Ararat this weekend. Josh Phillips says he doesn't have anything to race there. Man, Josh Brown came in the car that you ran in Outlaws. So, I mean, if you wanted to race, you probably could. Just saying. Austin Williams, he'll be at Ararat as well, he said. So, he's making the World Not on Asphalt tour this year.
Everywhere but asphalt, World Tour.
Everywhere but asphalt, for sure. Wilton Maxey says go to With on Sunday, and that is a good option. With Raceway will have the American All-Star Crate Series, and Natural Bridge will have them on Saturday, and then With on Sunday. We were supposed to have them on Monday, but just logistically, Monday don't work as good over there as it did at Franklin County. So we loved our Franklin County, Monday races, and not quite as good of an idea. So Josh Phillips says he got kicked out of the ride. So
damn, one race and you got fired.
Yeah, that's a bad deal right there. So. Yep, for sure. Well, Noah, what you got local divisions? You said they're not typically good. At Franklin County Friday, you got Legends, Stock 4s, 602s are on the schedule there. It's not a tour race for 602s. It's just
the Carolina Crates don't want to play with us anymore.
I mean,
I wonder why. What happened?
I mean, consider yourself lucky. I don't know.
We will. Excuse me, I will. I don't speak for the track.
Yeah. Kenny Lang said, I believe all races Friday night are on Flow, not just the smart guys. I believe you're correct. They typically show the entire night. So that'll be good. Chris Shepard, he said that with time I might come to Ararat and give it a try. Let's complete practice at Franklin County before you do. Okay, let's complete practice. No offense.
You don't have a gate he can mess up, though.
No, I don't have a gate he can mess up, luckily. I mean, but who in the world knows what he could do? Austin Williams wants to know why is Beckley not part of the American All-Star Crate weekend like in the past? I have no idea. I don't know that. That's a good question. Maybe it's because of the days. I'm not 100% sure. Jacob Hinchee says the Stock 4s are going to put on a show Friday on Flow.
Yep, from second on back.
Patrick Barnes chiming in. He said that if we can get something for Windshield, they will be at Franklin County on Friday night. So should be good. Hopefully the Stock 4s and the Legends can put on a good show. I know, man, the last 3 or 4 years, whatever however long we've been running that race with them. It's not been very good.
It don't matter if you have the best racing all year long. When it comes to the night we're on flow, it's going to be just a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, like you ruined the show last year.
Well, to me, that show was fun.
Yeah, well, to everybody
I had
else,
a blast on that one.
Yeah, it was not.
That was the last race I won in my Cavalier. R.I.P. Big Bertha.
Yeah. I mean, you killed it right after that. So
I did.
Josh Phillips says, "How about Franklin County Raceway? It's too much. Late models go to. I'm assuming AAR is Ararat, but I mean that's like a super street division with Raceway. So I mean it is very possible. I mean I don't see Kyle Dudley racing dirt. So
I almost had him convinced to run any car. We might still be able to make that happen.
You had who convinced? Kyle Dudley?
Kyle Dudley.
Yeah. You better get him a fast one because I mean you know how that goes there. So
I'm gonna give him a tank.
Dude, I'm looking forward to the enduro race at Ararat on Saturday. I don't know what to expect. In the past, I have seen the enduro races there, and they had 15 or 20. Will Smith coming in hot. He said, "Noah, you could race Friday. That would be exciting."
In what?
I mean, anything, man. Wes Givens has got multiple cars. I mean, of course, the way you talked about him tonight, you're probably not driving one of them, but
Well, at least I know it'll be cheated up and fast.
Fair enough. Oh man. All right, we'll do something right now. We haven't done. Will Smith back. He said, "Oops, yeah, well, Jacob Hinchee's offering his car to you."
Well, that one's a little broke.
I don't know what he's thinking, but Will Smith says you can just run the bike race, but there ain't one Friday, so you can't.
Oh, man. Well, hey, I had a new favorite answer for the bike race when I interviewed the kids. Did you hear the one?
Yeah. No.
I asked him where he was from. He said home. He's from home. That's my new favorite answer.
Yeah. Speaking of the bike race, Junior, he done, you done give him a championship last year, okay? And this fool, he done thought he was going to be the greatest bike racer in the history of the world. And so he tells me, he wants a snow cone. And I said, well, if you win the bike race, I'll buy you a snow cone. Heck, I'll buy you a large. I think $6. I'm glad I didn't have to buy it. But anyways, he goes out and finishes third. Terrible.
After he got on the mic, thanked his sponsors, thanked everybody for setting his bike up for him.
Yep. He's a big time racer, but boy, he was mad when he lost. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
What's funny is we laugh about calling him bike race champion, but when he said that in the microphone, he's dead serious about it. No, he is the champion.
In his mind, he's the forever champion. Okay.
Yeah, that might as well be the Cup Series to him.
Yeah. Josh Phillips figured out what race you were going to be running. He said you'll be running the race to the cooler to get a fresh Bud Light.
I'll win that damn race too. Every time.
And might not even hit the wall.
No.
Oh, Lord mercy. Well, we're about to wrap this thing up. We're about a minute out here from our hour being over. Man, I really appreciate Chris Williams joining us. He's always got some great insight, even though I can't get you to ask no questions to nobody. Man, I don't know what the deal is. We got to.
What was I supposed to ask him?
I'll ask him what his favorite.
Hey, Chris, what'd you think of our behavior? What'd you think of our behavior last year?
Well, he'd actually tell you that it wasn't the track's fault. So you should have asked him that. So he would tell you that it wasn't the track's fault, and the fault lies 100% on that touring series you mentioned that didn't want to come back.
They don't want to play no more.
There is that. So anyways, I guess that wraps it up. Franklin County Friday, Ararat on Saturday. Nowhere else matters this weekend. So, Natural Bridge Saturday and with on Sunday as well. A lot of good racing this weekend. I think Ace runs on Friday night. So, everybody be sure to check out, your favorite race and, wherever you want to check out some racing this weekend. And that'll do it for episode 61 of the Pit Chatter podcast presented by Yoder's Custom Meat Processing. And before we go, you know what they say about Yoder's Custom Meat?
You can't beat that meat.
That's right. All right, we're out of here. That'll do it for episode 61. Appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock.
Bing bong.